It is sponsored in part by Legalstein Law, 1-800-FL-LEGAL, representing riders since 1980.
Thanks for tuning in to Born to Ride TV, the longest running biker TV show in the world. This week, it's an exclusive interview with the master of flames and custom bike building, Mr. Dave Perowitz. He talks about Sturgis, the Hamsters, and his custom paint show coming to Cherokee Blue Ridge Run in September. Choppertown is coming to Cherokee, and our very own Dave Nichols talks about his relationship with Dave Perowitz and how he is looking for the top chopper from Cherokee's Choppertown to feature in for new classic easy riders. The Cherokee Blue Ridge Run is coming September 10th, 11th, and 12th to Cherokee, North Carolina. And Born to Ride is bringing in Choppertown Live. The lifestyle of Choppertown will come alive in Cherokee. And MotoFest was a big success, and it's award time as we acknowledge winners of the MotoFest Great American Chopper Show. All this and more here on Born to Ride.
Hey, everybody. Happy Monday night to all of you. I know it's not a Tuesday. Surprise, surprise. We're here on a Monday to watch you. We hope everybody's doing well. And we just wanted to let you guys know, guess what, everybody? We're going to the Blue Ridge Mountains. We're getting ready to hit up, you know it, North Carolina. Here we come. We're leaving tomorrow morning at 4 o'clock in the morning, and we're hitting the Blue Ridge Mountains, right, baby?
Smoky Mountains. We're going to be leaving out. Well, shit, after this, we'll probably have to go to sleep because we want to be out of here about 4 o'clock in the morning. Get up there because we're going to Cherokee, North Carolina. We're going to the Cherokee Fairgrounds, where that's where the camper is going to be set up. So John has a show, and Born to Ride is going to be set up at the venue, and it's just going to be wonderful. And we're going to get there a day early because we're going to ride the mountains.
That's right. We're going to ride the mountains.
Yes.
So we're going to ride the mountains, and we're going to have our GoPro on us. I'm going to GoPro as John is riding all those twisty turns and ups and downs. We're going to do all of that.
Plus, right now, I saw some pictures and the foliage is starting to change. So maybe we get some good pictures of the foliage changing. And it's like 57 degrees up in the mountains. And I just simply can't wait.
And we're going to go see the Cherokee National Museum.
Yeah, the Cherokee Nation Museum.
And we're going to go through the Wheels Through Time Museum. So we're going to have so much footage for you. And not to mention the Blue Ridge Run. They got so much going on. We're going to have the Misfits there. We're going to have Choppertown there.
Oh, they have the Wall of Death there, too.
We're going to have the Wall of Death. We're going to have music. We're going to have so much.
Show, car show, everything you can imagine, it's going to be there. We're going to be bringing it live. That's why we're doing the show a day early, because we
got
try
so
to
much
pre-record
we're
it.
going to do.
Yeah, that's why we try to pre-record and do it right. That's why we couldn't get the intro quite in there correctly. But, we got the intro from Born to Ride, so that's cool. And what we're going to be doing is going to be playing a lot of the Born to Ride, because on the Born to Ride, it has a lot of what we're doing. And we're going to be putting that out so you can watch it. What we're going to do is we'll stop partway as things go on. We'll get on there, we'll talk, and we'll discuss. If anybody wants to chime on, switch it over to
chime on in. And if anybody wants to give us any hellos or anything, let us know how you guys are doing, and hope everybody's doing good. And let us know, and we're going to go ahead and show you a little bit more of the Cherokee Blue Ridge Run. And
all about it. So just beautiful stuff.
Let's hit this.
Hey, it's Debbie with Born to Ride. Tune in every Thursday, 7 to 8 p.m. on the Boss Hog Radio, a fast hour of good talk. Good biker talk, what you really want to hear.
So, Dave, how was Sturgis, man? I mean, you just got back, a lot of good stuff out there?
Oh, let me tell you something, guys. We're talking about, according to the South Dakota Department of Transportation, they had 525,768 motorcycles in Sturgis during the rally this year. That's up 14% over last year.
14%. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, over 500,000 of your best friends were there. It was outstanding.
That's so cool.
That says a lot about American bikers celebrating the 81st Sturgis rally.
That's right.
And I'll tell you, there was not one mask to be seen anywhere. There was no social distancing anywhere. It was, as one guy said, a giant mosh pit of COVID.
that's what you call a herd community right there. That'll do
herd
it.
Immunity.
It was so cool to see everybody too, because it's like this weird extended family that we all have, and to go back to Sturgis and see all your best friends again is pretty darn cool.
That's awesome.
Speaking of that, Dave, did you run into, I'm sure you did, Dave Parowitz out there?
I did. I ran into him several times.
Fill us in a little bit for people who might not know Dave too much or know some of his history and background. Give us an overall on the impact that Dave Parowitz has had on the motorcycle industry.
Dave Parowitz, ladies and gentlemen, is one of about 5 custom bike builders in this country who you can honestly say is one of the OG original custom bike builders. And we're talking about Arlen Ness, Dave Parowitz, Donnie Smith, right? That kind of top-tier custom bike builder. And Dave is known for his custom paint jobs. He is the king of flames. Nobody can paint a flame paint job better than Dave Parowitz. I mean, seriously, this guy, that's one of the things he is known for. He has built every kind of motorcycle, from bobbers and choppers to classic, making a bike restored and look like it did when it came out of the factory, to diggers. He was very famous for doing diggers on the East Coast, while Arlen Ness was doing them on the West Coast. He was the first guy to sell Arlen Ness parts and products out east, and all from Cycle Fabrications, which has been his shop for many, many, many years. And, I did a book a number of years ago called Top Chops, and it was about the best bike builders in the country. So naturally, there's a whole chapter dedicated to Dave Parowitz. And I'll never forget, he said to me, none of us ever got involved in this to make money. That's not what it was about. It wasn't about trying to get on TV and be on the Discovery Channel or any of that stuff, that did happen for Dave and for many others. But the real reason that you do it is because you have this all-consuming passion for anything with two wheels. And that's really it. He to this day, he puts in long hours. I mean, the guy gets up early in the morning before it's even light out, and he's in there painting gas tanks and stuff, and he will do it until it's time to fall over and go to sleep again. He's just dedicated. And that's really what it takes to reach that kind of echelon that Dave Perowitz and Donnie Smith and our good friend, the late Arlen Ness, and, these guys that are the absolute top bike builders in the country. And so we are honored tonight to have Dave join us fresh from Sturgis, where I got to see him. He was showing off a bike at Mike Lichter's Motorcyclist Art Museum out there at the Buffalo Chip. They do that every year. And Dave had a gorgeous bike in the show. And he was there with his daughter Jody Perowitz, who runs Cycle Fab for him now, and also is one of the fastest women on two wheels, and the nicest person you ever want to meet. And I have to tell you, Dave's got a sort of an accent. So you're going to bring him on the radio.
He's from Boston, right?
Yes, my neck of the woods.
Yeah, Dave's going to come on. He's going to sound like this. Hey, how you doing, Dave?
But is he gonna pack his can? Have it yet?
Yeah.
Hey, he's gonna say, maybe you guys could pass this card around and sign it.
Use guys.
Wait a minute. Use guys. Yeah. And you know what he says? He doesn't say chopper. He says chopper.
It's a chopper.
I got a nice chopper.
Chopper.
Yeah.
Dave,
So you'll be thrilled to have Mr. Perowitz in just a few minutes here.
and wasn't he featured in the movie? Didn't you cast him in the movie in a special part?
Yep.
What was that part?
Did.
Which movie?
Dave came all the way down to Alabama to be in a scene of the movie The Rough Boys. And we have him selling tickets. He's like the guy you have to get through in order to get into this big drag race, right? And it's this wonderful big drag race venue that they have out there in Alabama. And there's Dave. You can't get by. You gotta pay up if you want to get inside. He was terrific. He was just spot on perfect.
That's really cool. And speaking of his daughter, I mean, she's about to do the Cannonball Run, and I think it's going from Michigan all the way to Texas with about 4,000 plus miles. I was talking to her the other day, and she was telling me they're getting ready to do that. So Jody is actually a biker legend, and a second generation for Dave.
Wonder what she's going to be riding this year.
Usually it's an antique Indian. Usually it's a very old Indian. Yeah. So we'll ask her. We'll have to find out from Dave what she's riding. She just finished the cross-country chase also, which is put on by the same people. And that went all the way down to the Florida Keys, I believe.
Yeah, that's amazing. We caught them in Florida when they were in Florida. We caught them last year at Crystal Harley Davidson, and we did an interview with her, and we kind of filmed the whole stop that they made. It was some amazing motorcycles and amazing people. A lot of character and passion to help each other get there because they're always working on those bikes to keep them going. That's what's so cool about the knowledge that they share.
Yeah, it's really true. It's really true. And, it was so great to see them in Sturgis, and the Hamsters always come together at Sturgis. They have a big fundraiser they do every year. And Dave is one of the first original Hamsters, too,
Yeah,
I think it was just him and Donnie Smith and Arlen Ness, just a few people that started the Hamsters many years ago.
Well, speaking of Dave, what do we have, Fester?
We've got the man, the legend himself on the line. We're bringing Dave Perowitz on to the radio show. Dave, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay.
He's here.
Welcome.
Dave, thanks for coming on the show today, man. This is Ron. We got the studio here. Dave Nichols is on the line as well, your buddy, and he said he caught up with you in Sturgis. Was that a cool? Just tell us about Sturgis right off the bat. How was it for you?
Well, Sturgis was awesome this year. You know, I was extremely busy. I had a lot of stuff going on, and you know, of course, Jody was the grand marshal, so it started out with the mayor's ride. I came along on the mayor's ride. Now I'm just Jody's dad. Jody isn't Jody isn't Dave Perowitz's daughter anymore. It's Jody. Dave Perowitz is Jody's daughter. You know,
Jody's dad.
That's great. That second generation, man, taking it to the top. You know, and it's you got to feel great about that.
Oh yeah, no, and but Sturgis, man, it was just a great year. We did a lot of riding. The weather was perfect. I got to see, you know, a lot of old friends, including Dave. How you doing, Dave?
I'm doing great, brother. It's good to hear your voice.
Yeah, and likewise.
Dave, you were talking about. I just want to ask you, when you talk about you got to do some riding, what are some of your best rides in Sturgis that you just have to go on every year? And you know, some of your favorite rides when you go to Sturgis. There's so much to see.
Well, I mean, my favorite ride is riding through the canyons. Spearfish Canyon, Boulder Canyon. You know, I really enjoy, you know, blasting through the canyons. You know, I've ridden everywhere out there. You know, there's not many places that I haven't been. I've been to Sturgis every year since 1977.
Oh, wow.
So you know, there's not too many places I haven't been out there.
Mm-hmm.
Such a majestic place. I mean, damn, you just got to get out in the wind and get your mind right, I guess.
Yeah, well, that's it. You know, and then people ask me, well, what event should I go to? And I'm like, well, there's no second to Sturgis. I mean, I've been to all events all over the country, and I mean, there's a lot of great events. But you know, and of course, we got Cherokee coming up, which Cherokee's a great event.
Yeah,
yeah, we're looking forward to that.
Like I say, there's no second to Sturgis.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, you're involved in the Hamsters, so some people might not know about the Hamsters. But one thing I want to say is, I heard you guys you do a lot for charity, and you came up with a big amount of money for a great charity. Do you care to tell us a little bit about that in Sturgis?
Yeah, sure. Well, we did on Monday morning. We did. It's called Ride with the Masters, and it's Donnie Smith and myself. And it's just it's a little breakfast buffet in Sturgis, and then we ride over to Deadwood and to Cadillac Jacks, and you know, we have a little get together and an auction, and it's Bikers for Bullies, but also. We've kind of taken upon ourselves, between Flash and myself, to raise money for the museum. So we started out, we did you know, a little auction, and we made like $12,000 for the museum. And then at the end of the auction, Flash got up there and said, you know, we've got a special deal that we're trying to do this year, which my friend Ed Kerr, who's also one of the original Hamsters, he looked into Meals on Wheels for the elderly in Spearfish, and they're really hurting. They have a budget of $8,000 a year, and they get $6,000 from the state and assistance, and then they end up doing like cake sales to get the other $2,000. So we figured, you know. So we get up there and said, let's raise some money for Meals on Wheels. Well, in 10 minutes, we raised $14,000.
Wow. Mm.
That's awesome.
That's crazy.
Yes.
That started things off. And then we had our banquet on Monday night, the Hamster Banquet. It's an invitation only for 650 people. We do an auction. We do a big silent auction. For the silent auction portion of it, it's for Children's Care in the Black Hills. We raised $538,000 in that one night.
Amazing.
What a great group of bikers right there. And that's what it's about, man, giving back and giving that economic impact.
Right. And then I also did a live auction at the end of our banquet for the museum again. So we ended up raising $44,000 for the museum over and above all the rest.
Man, that's incredible. How does it make you feel when you're able to do that and give back like that, Dave?
It's a great feeling because we can do it. It really isn't that hard for, as a group to put that kind of money together. At one point at the banquet, one of the members sponsors a NASCAR truck in the truck series, and he wraps the truck with his name, and to put his name on the truck, it's $35,000 per race.
Damn.
And so he paid for Talladega, and he offered it to the Hamsters. He said, I've already paid for the wrap on the truck for Talladega. I'm going to give it to the Hamsters. So we're going to wrap the truck in yellow with Hamsters in black across the truck. So let's raise some money for this. In 20 minutes, we raised $205,000.
20 minutes?
In 20 minutes.
You just blew my headphones off.
There was a little over $40,000 in cash on stage.
Wow.
They see the yellow shirts, but what's the mission statement for the Hamsters? Tell us a little bit about the people who don't know what it's all about to be a hamster. How do you become one, and what does it take? But what's the mission statement for you guys?
Well, the Hamsters is all about custom bikes. We are a group. We don't call ourselves a club at all. It's a group of custom bike guys from all over the world, actually. And Sturgis is our big event. We all, try to meet every year in Sturgis. Of course, everybody can't come. But it's all about custom bikes. You have to have a custom bike. You don't have to be a millionaire by any means. We have guys from all walks of life, from truck drivers to, heart surgeons, to astronauts. But, it's not about what you do. It's about the true love of custom bikes. And so you in order to get into the group, you have to be sponsored by a member from your state. You come in front of the board. There's 5 board members. And, you meet the board meets you, and then you have to come to Sturgis at least twice, and you kind of get voted in, as long as it's a just kind of a get to know everybody process. And it's just a great group of people, I mean, it's a lot of generous people. There's a lot of charity stuff that goes on. It's a great feeling to be able to raise that kind of money and, in such a short period of time.
Yeah, that's really awesome. Now, Dave, you being in the industry so long and doing what you've done with Easy Riders and everything, you've covered the Hamsters. So, you can really put in perspective. Tell me what you think about the Hamsters and what they've done for the motorcycle industry, for the lifestyle of motorcycle, not only builders, but to give back. How important is that?
The Hamsters have been around a very long time, and every year you see them in Daytona, you see them in Sturgis, you see them up in Laconia, you see them at special events in different parts of California, and it's just, you'll see a sea of yellow T-shirts, and that's how you know that the Hamsters are around, all riding on beautiful, amazing custom motorcycles, and they really have been a focus of
pretty
giving back
interesting
to
about the
communities.
Hamsters?
And I can't tell you how much good they've done for the city of Sturgis.
And we're not talking about the kind that go around
like children's
museums,
children's hospitals, and things of that nature. They have been given back since the very beginning, really. you know, and that has changed the way a lot of people think about bikers. Because, you know, it wasn't that long ago that we were considered kind of the bad guys.
That's absolutely
you know, and it
right.
took
Now
years
we
to
get charity
convince people
that
that bikers are the biggest hearted people out there that are always giving back to their community and doing good things in their community. And, you know, when I first started with Easy Riders, I sort of took that on as a goal. And people would call me up and say, how do I get my event in the magazine? And I would say, what charity is your event sponsoring? And they would say, oh, we don't really have a charity. And I said, well, when you do, call me back. And we'll put you in the magazine.
Call me back, Dave.
And within a couple of years, we went from being the bad guys that your mom warned you about to being, you know, knights on gleaming white steeds that were out there doing good for the community. And it was a big deal. It changed the way people thought about people that ride motorcycles.
Yeah, you know, I always said good guys wear black, but you know, good guys wear yellow. You know, it's really cool when you see the hamsters, man. You know, good things are happening, and it's.
I got to tell you one thing about the hamsters, and Dave will tell you this is true. When they first started, way back, I think it was in Daytona, was the very beginning of it, and it was just a few guys. That decided, you know, we should call ourselves something. We should, you know.
Look at all
what
that
happened
yellow.
is, you know, being a hamster and wearing a bright yellow T-shirt, you can actually be fined if you block an exit in a bar and a fight breaks out. Because they want to get the heck out of there. Isn't that right? Isn't that right, Dave? Isn't that how it goes?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Dave Perowitz, I did want to ask you, you said you've been going to Sturgis since the 70s. What have you seen in the change of the riders from the 70s to today? What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, there's been a lot of changes, and as far as the riders go, when we started going to Sturgis back in the 70s, you know, everybody was pretty much a serious rider. There wasn't the casual guy that just went and bought a new Harley and bought new leathers and new boots. You really didn't see any of that kind of thing there. It was all, you know, there was a lot of hardcore guys, but then there was, you know, guys like us that were just, you know, we were bikers.
Real bikers.
And, you know, of course, Sturgis was so different back then. We camped out. Nobody stayed in hotels. You know, it was just so different. You know, all the developments that have happened over the years that weren't there. And I mean, you know, everything has changed since then, you know, and I'm not saying for better or worse. It's just, you know, progress. Everything's changed, and, you know, we're still having a great time. I can tell you that.
That's good.
Well, one thing that's cool about that is people change, the time has changed, but some of those roads never change, man. It's those awesome roads that just stay the same. You probably see new roads come as well, but there's something about riding that road every year when you go there and you do that ride again. And, you know, that's what I tell if you didn't make it this year, the mountains and the roads aren't going anywhere. It's still going to be there for you next year.
Yeah, you know, and that's so true. I mean, the first time I rode through Spearfish Canyon, I mean, I can remember riding through, looking up at all the canyon walls and saying, wow, this is where the cowboys were and the Indians back in the day. And it's nothing's changed in the canyons. It's all still the same as it was back in the 70s.
There's something about Spearfish at night with a full moon. It almost looks like it's lit up, like artistic lighting from the moonlight on the canyon walls. I mean, have you noticed that?
Well, you know, one of the guys had a cabin. I shouldn't say a cabin. It was like a 7,000 square foot cabin right at the top of Spearfish Canyon. And it overlooked the road, and it overlooked, you know, the town of Spearfish. And yeah, at night, it was beautiful. You know, it was beautiful, especially with a bright moon.
Yeah, we've stayed at that Spearfish Canyon.
Can I tell you guys something about Dave Perowitz that's amazing?
Yes.
Dave Perowitz, not only has Dave Perowitz had many, many motorcycles in the pages of Easy Riders magazine over the decades, But Dave Perowitz is actually painted in a David Mann painting, aren't you, Dave?
Yeah. You know, out of all my magazine covers and magazine articles, the one that I probably cherish the most is the centerfold that Dave Mann put me in. You know, Dave was a good friend, and we spent, you know, quite a bit of time together when I was on the East Coast, when he came to Daytona, and that was just so cool and I didn't know he was going to do it. He told me after the fact, and then when I saw it, you know, and I've got it framed here in the house, and I've got one framed at the shop.
So you're memorialized. What issue was that, David Nichols? Do you remember? Or Dave Perowitz? You guys know which issue that is?
I don't remember what issue, but it was in 1993, I believe.
Well, that's really awesome. I've got to see that because I don't think I've seen that one. We did the Mondo with Mondo, his picture, his painting of Mondo from Denver's Choppers. That was really cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Dave, tell us about your paint show and what you just did it in Sturgis. You do it every year, and you do it at a lot of different events around the country. But it's a big show. Everybody really looks forward to it. You're bringing it to Cherokee, the Blue Ridge run as well here in September. So, man, it's really impactful, and people are talking about it, want to be a part of it, and it's an amazing show because it's artistic art and paint. Tell us about it.
Well, you know, we started doing it. You know, there's so many bike shows, but we wanted to do a show that was judged on paint jobs only.
All right, everybody. So there you have it. We're talking about the Cherokee Blue Ridge Run. And this is what we're going to go to tomorrow.
We already have the camper already packed up. It's in the driveway. I got the Harley in the back of it, all chopped down, ready to go. The only thing we got to do is throw the generator, a few things in the truck.
A lot of things in the truck. We still got a lot of packing to do, but we've got everything in the toy hauler is ready to go. The motorcycle is loaded, ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
All the food's in there.
Oh, yeah, she made sure she had food on there first.
You know me, I gotta have my food, and we're gonna be gone for
7 days.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
7 days.
I need a lot of food. A lot of food. 7 days worth of food.
Oh my God, you won't believe how much she eats.
So we're going to we got a lot of food. We also got our clothes. We're bringing our grill
we're bringing our grill and we're bringing
griddle.
some steaks. We're gonna be doing all that too.
Yeah, so we're gonna have a good time. We're really looking forward to this.
Mm-hmm.
We are staying
on the venue,
on the
fairgrounds,
on the fairgrounds, on the Blue Ridge, Cherokee Blue Ridge. Actually, the Cherokee Fairgrounds. That's what it's called.
We ride the Blue Ridge Mountains.
We'll be riding the Blue Ridge Mountains. You're absolutely right, and GoProing it and showing lots of stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But we will be staying at the Cherokee Festival Grounds.
Yep.
All right, everybody, let's get back to the show. We just wanted to let you know what we were doing. We're so excited. Yeah. We can't wait.
Yeah, we have to get up early.
I know, but this is fantastic. We're taking you with us to North Carolina to Cherokee.
Yeah, because we do a lot of live broadcasting tomorrow, so we just went ahead and did the show this way.
That's right. So here we go.
Only. Didn't matter what the rest of the bike looked like. We weren't judging the bike on how cool it was.
Hi, I'm attorney Kelly McCullum from Rubenstein Law, and this is Rubenstein's Rules for Personal Injury. Rule number 7, understand attorney's fees. You've probably heard, no fee guarantee, or you only pay if you win. This isn't some kind of special offer. Most injury attorneys are paid this way. We get paid this way. There are limits on what percentage attorneys can charge. Our firm charges you nothing, not even costs, unless you get money.
For more of these rules, go to rubensteinlaw.com.
Find us on Facebook, Born to Ride TV and magazine, the ultimate multimedia biker experience.
The Hogstars are at it again. They are taking anything on trade. Old hogs, new hogs, even actual hogs. Don't own a hog? We will take whatever you have on trade. From boats to goats, you'll get top dollar for it. Bring your trade to Crystal Harley-Davidson today.
American built, we forever unite. And that's the deal. I was born to ride.
Definitely my friend, the bikes is a standout, man. But everything he does is a standout. Metal sport and be rubber tires. A set of tires. Yeah, man, congratulations. Very cool. Oh, look here, let's get this. Jared, tires, want to thank Metal Sport Wheels and B Rubber Tires giving away the sets of tires today to these builders. Check it out. One more? Yeah, one more, right? So awesome. You're gonna, you guys have 1, 2 tires, right? Let's hold it up. So, right here, guys. So what you're gonna win here with this bike, there's only 4 bikes that 1 tire. So you want a front and back tire for Metal Sport Wheels and B Rubber Tires. Oh shit! So you contact them. There's a award in there, a certificate. So you just call them and say you won Born to Ride at Moto Fest. Tell them what tires you need, right? And then they'll get them to you. But then Donnie Huffman from Lakeland Harley, he's got his own shop now, and he will mount them for free if you want him to. But you have to come over here to do it. Okay. But that's cool. But congratulations. Let's look right here, man. Right here. Hold it up. Hold up your thing. All right, here we go. All right, right here, guys. Good job. We're coming up next. There's 2 tanks from Paco, and there's a Denver's Choppers tank, and there is a Best Custom from Fish and Alleyway Cycles. Eric, is that going to be awesome? It's going to be awesome. All right, let's go find out who's going to win that. Woo! We got some good stuff to give away, right? So we wanted to give it away to builders who are building and doing stuff. I think it's important to give back because you guys are the creative ones to do stuff like that. So we're real honored that Paco gave us a couple of tanks. So this is their ad. You've probably seen it in the magazine. Yep. So I'll give that to you. But you're going to win one of these tanks. Appreciate it. So this is a really classic tank from Paco, handmade, but they had it back in the warehouse like for years and years, and they said, what can we give Born to Ride? That would be really cool. And there it is. They gave us 2 of these, and you got one of them. Cool, man. We really appreciate you, brother. Right here. There you go, right here, guys. Paco, you know what? Hold on, let me get this. Try without the glare. We got one more tank to go, and then we're coming up with the Mondo Tank. Really great bikes. We're really happy to do this. Moto Fest, man, it's really happening. Stay tuned. Coming up next is the second Paco tank that we're giving away. Drew came in from the Freak Show himself. Freak Show Fab, coming in for Fort Myers. Really appreciate you from the get-go helping us get this thing going. Anyway, we got a lot of cool stuff to give away from the industry, and some stuff we had 2 tanks from Paco. So we want to give back to some creative builders who really do some stuff, some cool stuff. The bike that you have over there, it's got a great story. I'd like to do a nice feature on it. But beyond that, we want to give you a very special Paco tank that Paco and them handmade. It's been sitting in their factory for a really long time. And if they heard the story alone on your bike, they would love you to have it. But other than that, we want you to have it. Oh, thank you. Here you go, brother. Right here. Look out here, guys. This is what it's all about, guys. creative people getting more stuff to be creative with. Right here, man. So there you go.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Really
absolutely.
appreciate
Anytime.
it. Now it's time for the Mondo Tank. Let's see who's going to get that. Then we have one more award after that. Right here at Moto Fest. And something smells good in the air. Woo! Let's go. Mondo from Denver's Choppers built this tank. Handmade, man. This is like sacred stuff right here. I mean, this is a real deal. Handmade by Mondo from Denver's Choppers. Can't thank you enough, Mondo. We're about to give it to the winner, and I'm sure he's going to freak out, so stay tuned. We'll be right back. About the seat, how nice it is. You made that yourself? That's really beautiful. And the grips. So this bike, really the standout bike, man. And this is the builder section, so it's not like a riding bike. That's just a display bike, pretty much. But we got some really cool stuff to give away from like Denver's Choppers, Mondo, and Paco gave us some tanks. So we wanted to give it back. Metal sport wheels and V-rubber tires. So what you won is probably one of the most prestigious prizes, I think, from anybody. I mean, what it is handmade tank from Mondo. Denver's Choppers, brother. Yeah. Woo! Yeah, that is killer, bro. You took it home today. Right here, guys. Panhead Frank is taking the Denver's Choppers tank home today. And we couldn't give it to a better bike. Everybody was talking about this bike. His wife made the seat. This is a family thing. This is real, people. This ain't fake. Look at this. Look at this. And look at these two people right here. We award you guys. Thank you. So look, Kingston has this award, and this is going to go to the best custom. But Fish from Alleyway Custom made this cool award for us. Awesome. Is that badass?
I know Fish well, and I knew he made it. It's an honor to get it.
Yeah, man. So we wanted to give it to you because this bike just means so much to everybody in this room, and it stood the test of time over and over. You know, it really has. And so right here, Brian.
Thank you.
Congratulations, man. Really appreciate you being part of this. Stuff for you, man, for FTW. Oh, you got a TC Brothers hat. You got a set of tires, some V-rubbers. Yeah, bro. How the hell said he put them on for you? Outstanding, remember? And then some components. So you guys got to learn how to put this stuff on. There you go. The girl. Yeah. Hey, congratulations, FTW Customs, being a part of this. We wanted to share some love, some of the giveaways we have, we wanted to give back. Absolutely. Joe gives back to a lot of people. He deserves this. Good crew today. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
All right. All right.
Rock on, man.
All right. Thanks, man.
Born to ride.
That's it. Thank you. All right. Thank you. There you go. FTW in the house. They got all these cool bikes. Taking home some prizes. We got Danny from Rubenstein Law in the house all day.
Danny, what do you think? What a show today, right?
Awesome, man. I'm super excited for what's to come. Next year, bigger, better. This is just an incredible experience, man. Really happy to turn out.
Well, we can't thank you enough for stepping up and helping us do this.
Of course, man.
Because without Rubenstein, we couldn't have done it. But we did it. The sun, the weather was great, right?
Awesome.
Oh, man.
Awesome.
Man, I can't thank you guys enough. And Danny's about to help us give away the Best of Show bike by Rubenstein Law. Best of Show coming up next. Stay tuned. Handhead Frank's winning again. Danny, what do we have for him?
Best of Show.
Best of Show right here. Thanks to Rubenstein Law. Born to Ride. Hey, right here. Check this bike out. Handhead Frank. Well deserved. Best of Show and the ride-in show as well. Thank you, man. Thank you. Good job. Good job, brother. Man, that's it, Danny. What a show. What a show.
Amazing.
Bike shows. And hold on, Vic. Let me see one of those. While you're here with us, we have a special thank you to Rubenstein Law. Thank you, brother.
My man. Thank
we
you.
really appreciate what Rubenstein Law does for us. And you know what, man? Thank you. That's all I can say. Thank you, brother.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you, guys.
That's what it's about, people. Right here at Moto Fest. Yeah! Woo!
Awesome, man. Thank you.
Here we got, guys, look, 2021 Motorfest right here with Born to Ride, guys. We are out here. Oh, look, who's late to class?
What's going on, Misfits? So we are out here in Plant City right now. We just got done with all our heat races. We have broken it up into 2 7-group classes of guys. We're gonna be running 2 individual mains today. We have a lot of people. We have a lot of bikes. I'm talking about, we have just some cool custom stuff out here today. A lot of power, a lot of Go Power Sports stickers that I've noticed on a lot of these motors out here. Just Go Power Sports in general. Look at that, guys. And just gotta say, guys, you know, we're having a good one out here today. And you know, we got all the bikes out here. We even got the drag bike. We're gonna be running some stuff today. Get all that dust off here. Yeah, y'all. So we're gonna be running some drags today later on and stuff.
Ice, baby.
All right, everybody. So there you have it. That's what we have to look forward to as we go on our big adventure up to North Carolina tomorrow morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, baby.
Yeah, 4 o'clock in the morning. Yay, me.
Yeah. I'm so excited. I don't think I can
drive
sleep.
7.5 miles.
Miles.
Hours. Well, that's just what I feel like.
Yeah.
I'll get there fast.
We hope so, but we're so excited. We're going to bring you lots of great footage from North Carolina, from the Blue Ridge ride. Blue Ridge Run and Cherokee.
We'll figure it out when we get there and figure out the terminology.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Like I said, we're going to go through Wheels Through Time, Dale Earnhardt. Yeah, and we're also going to go
Cherokee
to
Nation Museum.
Cherokee Nation Museum. We're going to go through a bunch of different places, and we're going to ride as much as we possibly can. We've got 2 days to pack everything in before we've got to work for the rally. And the Cherokee Blue Ridge Rally is going to be Ridge Run epic. It's going to be so much fun, and we're going to bring it all to you. So you guys make sure that you are watching this channel for the next 8 days.
Yeah, put on Facebook. We'll be on there. We will be broadcasting live.
That's right. We'll be bringing it all to you. So you don't want to miss it. Make sure you watch it because we're looking forward to having you be with us as we go on our adventure to North Carolina, to the Cherokee Mountains.
All right, guys. Remember, keep it shiny side up.
Rubber side down.
Deuces, and we love you all.
Have a great evening.